Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lexi The Leo and today we are doing another pick a card, and today's pick a card is what message do your spirit guides have for you right now. So we're just going to be tapping into your energy and seeing what messages are coming through from spirit. Now I know some of you guys like crystals on the pile, so I'm now going to add some crystals for you because I know some of you guys, you intuitively connect to the crystals more than just the numbers and the cards. So for the first pile, we have the sunstone. The second pile, we have the black tourmaline. And the third pile, we have the red jasper. And so guys, do what you need to do to get in the zone. As always, the timestamps are going to be in the description box. So see which pile or crystal you are drawn to, and I will see you guys at your timestamp. Hey, pile number one, welcome to your reading. So we are currently looking at what message your spirit guides have for you today. So the cards that came out first, I wanted to start with a couple oracle cards before I got into the actual messages. You got the Order Spirit as well as Priest and Teacher. Now what I'm really picking up really strongly from these cards, you guys, I feel like you've really been going through, I could say a dip in energy, but it's more than that. Like, I really do feel like you have been, you've either been going through it emotionally, like there's been some sort of breakup or just something that has really been on your mind, like a loss of somebody, or there is a lot of old wounds coming up to the surface to be released. So I don't know whether the past couple of months or maybe recently you have been doing shadow work, but I just really feel this pull to the heart space here with all the green that is coming through these cards, especially the Order and the Teacher. There's a lot of green here, and when I'm tapping into this energy, my heart feels heavy. Like, my heart feels very heavy, and I know this feeling all too well, guys. This is the feeling of releasing, and I really do feel like lately you guys have been really releasing a lot of old wounds, a lot of wounds that some of them are from childhood, because Spirit is strongly saying childhood. Some of them are related to a father figure. But I just see you guys have been feeling more emotional than usual, or you've just been feeling, there's almost this feeling of like numbness, like I can't cry, but I just feel low. And I want you to know, Spirit is saying very strongly, this too shall pass. This is happening to help you guys release all of the old so that you can make way for the new. Because there's a lot of, I'm hearing radical shifts. There's a lot of radical shifts that are making their way into your life I'm hearing the next 6 months. And although you can't see it now, Spirit is saying this storm is passing, but this was needed for you to release to make way for the new. And the reason that I do want to confirm this really strongly for you guys is you picked the sunstone, you know what I mean? Now when I was releasing a lot of my, let me pull it up there so I don't, when I was releasing a lot of wounds, I was really drawn to the sunstone, and Spirit were calling me to buy sunstone because it helps depression, it helps feeling really low, feeling really stagnant. It brings a lot of positivity to us, and I just really feel like you guys are in need of a pick-me-up right now. I just feel like you've been, I don't know whether you've been isolated for some time, just releasing and letting go, or you've been very serious about either your spirituality or your work, or just like the mundane, like, I'm hearing responsibility, but I'm just hearing like you guys are the type of people where if you know you have something to release, you will release it. You know what I mean? And I feel like you've gone through a lot. And I just really do feel like life has been feeling a little grey for you recently. And Spirit are coming through in this message to let you know there's somebody's grandmother is coming through. She holds my chin and she's showing me like her doing this to you. She like holds my chin and she says, pick your head up. Like, pick your head up. Like, I just feel like the sun's coming through. I'm hearing she likes to come in my readings, Ariana Grande. I'm hearing the Ariana Grande song, No Tears Left to Cry. Like, I just feel like everything's going to be a lot more clearer soon. You're going to have a lot of clarity soon is what I'm being told. Now, when we look at the Order card, you guys, the Order card is all about being playful and connected to the lighter side of life. And I just really do feel like Spirit's calling you to do anything that connects you to your inner child or connects you to your happiness. I personally, like, what reminds me of my inner child is like dancing and listening to music. And when I was going through really deep shadow work, my phone started literally playing a song that I hadn't even really been listening to much, and it was the Rain on Me song by Lady Gaga and Ariana Grande. And that song in itself and the words just started lifting my spirit, and I just started feeling a little brighter. And they're showing me that memory, and I think they're showing me that memory, like, your spirit guides want you to connect to something that was maybe in your childhood, or just something that does light you up in some sort of way. So I don't know whether this is a TV show, I don't know whether this is music, you like to dance and sing to music. There's something that some of you guys would have loved as a child, like it was a source of kind of like escapism in a way when you were going through a lot, and spirit are calling you to pick that back up. They're not pinpointing anything too serious, but they're showing me some sort of TV show or song or music or something like that, and they're really calling you to do, like, listen to like certain songs or watch some sort of TV show and tap into your divine feminine and like the higher realms, you know what I mean? And the higher realms doesn't always have to be connected with spirit. It can be like listening to music, laughter, anything that connects you to your light. Because I do feel like even if you haven't made the intention to do shadow work, you have been releasing a lot of negative energies, and sometimes we can be the lightest of lights. Sometimes when we're going through our darkness and releasing, that can have us feeling really, really low, and we kind of feel like, well, where's my light then? Where's my light? But it's within you. Spirit's saying don't look externally, it's within you. Think about when you were in a child and what lit you up. It's within you. They're saying your path back to your home and your heart is within, is what they're telling me to say. Now you have teacher, ability to communicate knowledge, experience, skills, or wisdom. I see you guys teaching a lot of your wisdom at one point in your life, pile number one. I feel like you've gone through a lot and you went through it to share with others. So I really do feel like you're going to be in the healing professions in some way, whether that's counseling, therapy, Reiki, getting on YouTube and telling your story. I'm seeing some of you guys write, so I don't know whether that's poetry, or writing a book, or just, you know, doing a blog or something like that. Some of you guys will be helping people with music as well, but I just really do feel like even if you guys are not into any of those professions, I feel like you naturally teach people anyway. You are a light that kind of like transmutes a lot of darkness to light, and you just doing that for yourself inspires other people, you know what I mean? Like, there's this energy of, even without realizing it, you're adding a really essential energy to the mix that is the collective, you know what I mean? You are a source of inspiration for quite a few, to be honest with you, and I see you being a source of inspiration for many in your career in some sort of way. I'm also seeing with priest, facilitates spiritual commitment, serves as a channel of spiritual energy. Yeah, some of you guys do connect with spirit. Some of you guys do connect with spirit, and I'm hearing the word strengthening. So I feel like some of you guys, your gifts are starting to strengthen, and I feel like as you come out of this period, you know, you've been releasing a lot of old wounds. What's been happening is you've been detangling, and the more we detangle, the less room there is for ego, and there's more room for the soul to come through, and that's where gifts can come through. And I'm actually hearing you guys have already had some gifts coming through, so I don't know whether, I'm hearing some of you guys at night have been seeing movement in your room, or you've just been seeing bright lights. I'm hearing like twinkling lights or like bright lights, and I'm hearing a lot of you guys have had like a really big affiliation with the stars and the moon recently. So I don't know whether they mean keeping track of the moon phases, or actually looking out your window and staring at the night sky whenever you can, whenever it's clear. But I'm just hearing you've been really, really drawn to the stars. You've been really, really drawn to Gaia herself, you know what I mean? The ocean, the trees, and I feel like that's you connecting with your roots. And I do feel like you guys are star seeds, to be honest with you. That's what I'm hearing. And I feel like as time goes on, you're connecting with your roots. Some of you guys are feeling very alien at the moment as well. Some of you guys are feeling very out of place because you're releasing. I feel like there's friends that are going distant. I feel like some of you guys, you know, the more you you're releasing these old wounds. I feel like you're feeling a little bit of a stranger to a lot of people that you felt close to, or you're feeling very like lone wolf, but Spirit's saying you're having a clean out to bring people in. And I see like I keep seeing the 11th house, so I feel like, I don't know whether you're going to make a lot of friends soon, or you're going to join a community, or you're going to have a community of your own, but I just keep being shown the 11th house, so take that as it resonates. But I just see a lot of really people on your wavelength being drawn to you over the next 6 months, pile one. So Spirit, what message do you have for pile one right now? What message? Some of you guys aren't eating very healthy. Some of you guys aren't eating very healthy, and Spirit wants you to start eating healthy. I don't know why I'm being shown Cheetos. I don't know why I'm being shown like soda, but Spirit's like telling you to look at your diet right now. Look at what you're putting in your body, and also what are you feeding your mind? Are you excessively scrolling through Instagram or Twitter? They're not calling you out, guys. I think they're just saying it, you know, they're saying it for your own good. If there's any of you that know that you have an unhealthy relationship with Instagram, or, you know, eating bad foods, I feel like they're right now you're going to be more sensitive to what's going into your body, whether it's energetically, who you're around, the food you're eating, or what you're looking at online. Sometimes we don't think, you know, we have a good diet, we have a good physical diet, but then we don't think of the mental diet, and then we just like in our spare time scroll down Instagram, and you know what I mean, all these things. And Spirit called me out for it a lot, so take that as it resonates. This is a general reading, but I don't know why that message came through. Now the Ace of Swords came through, which is basically clarifying what I said. You guys are going to reach clarity very soon. I see Pisces season and Aries season being very strong times for you, so I don't know whether you're going to be kind of going through some shifts then, or whether you're going to realize a lot of why things had to go the way that they did. There's almost a sense of release, you know what I mean? They keep saying, think of yourself like a diamond. Diamonds are made applying like pressure, you know what I mean, with pressure. And I think that's what they're trying to say, like you've been through a lot, but it's like they're saying you're a rare gem, you're a diamond, you have a lot to say. But there's a lot of clarity coming in. There's a lot of clarity on why things had to go the way that they did. There's a lot of clarity. I see this rose here, but the rose almost looks dead because it's like bowing down. And I feel like there's a lot that you're looking at to the past maybe, or like older ones from childhood, and thinking, why did this have to happen? Why did that have to happen? I'm hearing nostalgia, but it's like you're going through these feelings now to release. You know what I mean? You're going through them to release, and they're going to be out of your system for good, a lot of you. Yeah, we have the Lovers. I feel like there's a relationship maybe you guys are grieving. Are they in? There we go. I feel like there's a relationship you guys are grieving. There's a relationship that you guys are letting go of. There's a disappointments you're releasing. Maybe you're living out, you know, the old relationship through your head for some of you. Or maybe this is fears that have been stopping you from getting in a relationship, and they're due to your childhood, you know, a relationship with a parent. I feel like some of you guys may have had parents that were quite volatile to each other, or there was like a messy breakup or divorce or something like that, and I feel like that caused you guys to have worries in love. There's a fear coming through here of fear of intimacy, fear of love, and I feel like you're releasing a lot of these old wounds, whether you realize that they were wounds or not. You might, Spirit's saying it's like some of you guys might not even realize that these wounds were holding you back, but that's why they're being cleared out. But for some of you guys, this is literally an actual relationship that you're releasing. But I feel like there's a lot of releasing in regards to the heart, because you're making room for a soulmate, like you're making room for a real love. Some of you guys, it's either been a long time or you've never had like a strong relationship before, like a long one. It's always been quite negative, or there's been, you know, a lot of false starts, or you've had like emotionally unavailable people or karmics, but you're making room for an actual soulmate now because you've been releasing. But I feel like a lot of your wounds have been centered on the heart space. You had a lot of karmic lessons to do with your heart chakra. I feel like a lot of you guys are empaths, you've drawn in a lot of narcissists, and it's like you've really been on an internal journey for some time, and you've been releasing matters of the heart, but now you're gearing up to really bring somebody in, is what I'm being told. Really bring a real strong love in. That's for you if you guys are single. Some of you guys are working on wounds from the mother as well. Some of you guys are working on wounds from your mother. You and your mother may have had like a really negative relationship, or just a really, I'm hearing toxic or volatile relationship. There wasn't a very good relationship with some of you guys and your mother, and either some of you guys are working, you guys may hear, I'm actually hearing for some of you guys that are not in contact with a mother, if you were open to like reconciliation, I do see someone coming into contact with a mother or visiting a mother or something like that. If not, there is just a big release in regards to somebody's mother here as well. We also have the Emperor. Oh goodness. We also have the Emperor. I just really feel like you guys are feeling you're naturally very divine feminine, I'm hearing. You're naturally very high priestess. You're naturally very connected to spirit. You're naturally very, you know, listening to music. You're quite, like, no matter what you've gone through, you're quite lighthearted anyway. And some of you guys are actually like, oh my God, I feel like I've lost my light. But I feel like right now you're feeling very mundane and you're feeling very practical, because there's not a lot of internal work that necessarily needs to be done, in the sense of you looking inward and seeing what's going on right now. Spirit, like, you've already done that. Like, there's this strong message from Spirit, like, you've already released what needs to be released. You've already gone through what you needed to go through. Right now, Spirit wants you to focus on your physical body and your practical life while you allow these wounds to release. You don't need to aid them in releasing, other than just letting it flow. You need to lie in bed all day. Spirit's giving you that hall pass. Lay in bed all day. If you need to like burst out into tears, burst out into tears. The only thing Spirit wants you to not do right now is they don't want you to avoid these feelings. They need to be released and let out once and for all. So whatever you're feeling, whether it's anger, emotions, maybe just give yourself a day, give yourself a good cry, maybe write a letter to your, you know, your younger self or whatever, just something like that to soothe yourself. But the reason that you're feeling very mundane and practical right now is Spirit actually wants you to focus on your practicality right now, so you can maybe get your health right, some of you, or you guys can maybe do some exercising, or you guys can do some self-love routines and look after yourself, or you guys can just rest your physical body. A lot of you guys are feeling very fatigued right now. A lot of you guys are feeling very low right now, low in energy. Spirit is saying do not overdo it. And I know some of you guys, I'm hearing some of you guys are workaholics and you have a lot of work that you want to do, and you're like, no, I need to do this and I need to do that. Spirit are like, everything's flowing the way that it's supposed to in that sense right now. Do not overdo it. The reason that you're feeling quite stuck in a way is because Spirit wants you to focus on this specific moment. When we feel stuck, it's because there's something in the present moment that we are not noticing. And what Spirit actually wants you to be taking care of right now is your physical body. Maybe I don't know whether you guys have a plan for the future in regards to some sort of business or something like that, but maybe start daydreaming about that. Maybe write down on a piece of paper, write in a notebook, like plan something like that. But Spirit really wants you to right now not push yourself to be doing. Don't think that you have to be out there center stage doing. Don't think that, if you're waking up in the morning and your physical body genuinely cannot move, don't be doing a full, grueling workout routine. Your energy is releasing a lot. It may feel like when you're laying in bed that you're quote unquote being lazy, because I feel like some of you guys don't like to do that. But yeah, okay, your physical body isn't up to much, but your energy within your physical body is transmuting and shifting and releasing and doing literal shadow work right now. So you may feel like in the physical world you're not doing a lot, but in the spirit world, in the energy, the energy side of it, you're actually doing a ton. And that is why you're so tired. For some of you guys, it's the other way. For some of you guys, you have insomnia, I'm hearing. Some of you guys are having insomnia. But for a lot of you, it's fatigue. And Spirit's saying just go with the flow. You're releasing a lot of heavy wounds. Go easy on yourself. I feel like you guys are very critical of yourself, and Spirit is saying not to be. Don't be critical of yourself, because you're doing what is right now. You're releasing. I'm hearing a lot of you guys are seeing the number 5, 55, 55, 5. They keep showing me 5. And what does 5 mean? It means change. It means shifting. And that's what's happening for you right now. And the reason you're seeing 5 is because you're letting go of the old to bring in the new. You know what I mean? That's what I'm really seeing here. You guys, if you guys can, I know a lot of you guys might not be able to, if you guys can take whatever time you can from not working, or whatever time you can to just lay in bed, I would say it would be beneficial right now, just because you guys are just feeling very You know, the Four of Swords, Spirit's calling you to just lay back. You don't have to be on the ball all the time. Right now is about your energy. You know what I mean? And we have the Eight of Wands. The minute I feel like you release, you surrender to your emotions, you let go, you cry it all out, you know, whatever, that's when the shifts are coming through. And the shifts are already happening. The shifts going on behind the scenes that you're not even aware about. Some of you guys are trying to reach a particular goal. I don't know what this goal is. I don't know whether this is a goal for business. I don't know whether this is a goal for work. But Spirit is saying everything that's for you is going to come to you. You know, that's what I'm hearing. And I feel like, you know, with the Ten of Cups here, everything that I feel like you're a little bit stressed, but everything that you're stressed about, everything that you're worried about some sort of happy ending not happening. I don't know whether this is to do with love. I don't know whether this is to do with friendship. I don't know whether some of you guys are scared of like having no one, or not having a lot of friends, or not having a relationship. All that you desire is coming to you. It's here with the Ten of Pentacles and the Eight of Wands. There's a lot of shifts coming in, and a lot of what you've been dreaming of are manifesting. The reason that these are manifestations, these are in your dreams, is because some of you guys have psychic foresight. Because this is reminding me of the third eye, like an eye here, right? Some of you guys have psychic foresight, and there's a vision of something that you have. This is either a job or a relationship, or just like a happy family home, or being independent financially. There is something that you have seen, and you've been manifesting it, and it's almost like you're brushing it off, like, I don't even know whether this is really gonna happen. But it's like you're manifesting it in, and they're saying there's this happy ending coming for you. What it is that you want, it's coming in here with the Ten of Cups. This isn't just a case of like, oh, this is a dream. You actually have foresight, and I feel like you don't even realize that you have foresight. You know what I mean? Spirit is saying, like, sometimes you'll think of somebody coming back in your life, and you think that it's just you thinking and you dreaming, and then all of a sudden that person comes back into your life, and it plays out that way. And Spirit are like, that's not necessarily manifestation, it's foresight. You have psychic foresight. You're psychic is what Spirit is saying. And I feel like some of you guys don't say you're psychic because you don't think that that's a psychic ability, and Spirit's saying it is. They're really drawing me to that eye there with the Eight of Wands. So what it is that you're envisioning right now, they're saying keep hold of that vision, because that's what's going to bring this Ten of Cups here. You're already visioning it in. You can already see the sun after the clouds. You already can, is what I'm being told. But we have the Two of Swords here. There's just this energy of right now where you're at, there's just a feeling of feeling stagnant or lost. And one thing that I want to share with you, whenever I feel like this, whenever you feel lost or you're releasing and you're doing this heavy releasing, always, and it always happens with me, every time this happens, there's always that period of low. But it catapults you into this period of high. Because what's been happening is there's these shifts, we're releasing, that's why we dip. And then we kind of catapult into, you know, when all of these shifts come in, these manifestations come in, and then we're on a high again. And the symbol that I always get drawn to whenever I'm feeling like I'm feeling you guys are feeling right now is the bow and arrow. And you know that saying, the bow and arrow, it always has to be pulled back before it can be catapulted forward. Think of that like this right now. You're releasing these old wounds and you're releasing the past right now, like that arrow being pulled back. You know what I mean? But everything's already shifting, and at one point that, whatever it is, I don't know what they hold that arrow with. Is it a bow, whatever it is. When they let go of that bow, that arrow goes flying forward, and at one point, you know, you guys are going to go flying forward, and all of these things are coming in, and we have the Ten of Cups here. But Spirit are like, take your time. Spirit are like, take your time, release. Like, it's okay to, like, you know, nothing's going to stop the abundance from coming in. Everything that's for you is going to be for you effortlessly, and you already have these psychic visions of it coming in. Knight of Wands. Everything feels like it's at a halt right now, but actually there's a lot of abundance floating in here. We have the Ten of Swords. Now in the normal Rider-Waite, the Ten of Swords shows somebody lying on the back with all their swords in them. Now what I always like to see that card as is a rebirth, a death and rebirth. You know, the guy's laying there as his sword in his back. It's a death. But there's no such actual thing as death, is there? Because energy can't die. Energy is mutable. So what death really is a transformation, and that's literally what you're going through right now. And this isn't just like, I'm really being called to say, this isn't just like, oh, your average transformation. You've had a lot that's gone on, pal number one, and I don't want to skirt over that. That's coming through heavy. You've had a lot that's going on, so I'm not going to be like, oh, it's a surrender that's happening. Like, I'm not going to make it sound twinkly, because you had a lot that's gone on in your lives. And this release is really like you're releasing karmic wounds. You've been breaking generational curses, I'm hearing. You know, it's been hard. And I want to give you guys a big hug, because you guys are warriors for getting through this and releasing. And I promise you, especially over the next 4 months up until April, it's just, it feels like it's getting lighter and lighter. One by one, the clouds are disappearing and the sun is coming through. And I just feel this warmth when I look at you, like mid-year, especially when, you know, all these shifts are coming in. There's such a smile. Like, I'm just hearing Ariana Grande, No Tears Left to Cry again. Like, that's how they're making me feel. Oh my God, look what card, just the sun. Enjoy success and happiness. Like I said, one by one, the clouds are going to clear, the sun comes through. And as I said, I was hearing No Tears Left to Cry. The sun just literally fell out the deck. There's so much clarity and happiness coming in for you. It's just you can't see it right now because, you know, you're feeling it. You know, you're feeling it. But like I said about you being psychic, we have this seer here, see beyond the current situation. And guess what? I feel like you are. I feel like you see what you want, or you have this vision of what you want. But because you're emotionally releasing a lot and grieving a lot, there's a feeling of grieving here. You're releasing a lot and you're grieving a lot of the old. You're going through these growing pains. It's hard for you to really apply yourself to manifest. But I feel like you were already manifesting anyway. And I just see you. I feel like you know what I'm talking about. You can see your happiness. You can see when the shifts are over. There's a feeling here. You may not even believe it right now. You may feel like too low to believe it right now. But you psychically can see this happiness, you know what I mean? Whether it's a relationship, money, whatever it is that you're wanting, you can see it, and it's coming in. It's coming in. The spirit wants you to focus on your physical body and releasing right now, because best believe it's coming in. And we have traveler moving in a new direction at the back of the deck, and that's what's happening for you guys. You are literally shifting the course of your life. You're literally shifting timelines, moving timelines, you know, releasing the old. There's so much abundance coming in, but spirit, like right now, it's okay to be tired. It's okay to, you know, lay down. It's okay to cry. Like, get this out, because the minute it's out, it's gone. Like, that's what I'm feeling. There's something that's been heavy on you for a long time. I don't know. It's really relating to a parent, guys. I don't know whether you guys are learning to forgive or just releasing, you know what I mean? Either way, there's a lot going on here. We have priestess. How are you being called to step up and lead? I feel like you guys are leaders, whether you realize it or not. I feel like a lot of you guys may be Leos or Capricorn. May have strong Leo, Capricorn or Aquarius in your chart, or Pisces. I'm actually hearing Pisces. But you guys are natural mystics. You guys are natural, like, metaphysical alchemists. You're releasing a lot of wounds in this lifetime to transform yourself and become the best version of you. How can you mother yourself? Star Mother. Spirit wants you to take care of yourself right now. That's what they want you to be. Oh my God. The back of the deck, Unbound. Releasing soul patterns, contracts and past lives. That's what you're doing right now. You're unbinding yourself from old wounds, from family wounds that were holding you back, from karmic wounds that were holding you back. That's what you're doing. That's why it's been quite hard for you. You know what I mean? Because you're releasing. But you're releasing and you're letting go for good. And that's why Spirit is saying, what can you do to mother yourself right now? Because that's why you're feeling quite mundane right now. Because Spirit wants you to focus on the practical side to make sure that your body and your physical health and your emotional health are being focused on. You know what I mean? I feel like you've done all that you need to do spiritually. Right now, they're just like, you need to look after your mental health and your physical health. Look after yourself. See the light again. You know what I mean? Find the light again. Enjoy yourself. You know what I mean? Even if it's laying in bed, like, you know, I don't know why I just got shown somebody laying in bed eating strawberries, watching a movie. I just saw somebody watching Harry Potter. I don't know. Whatever your idea is of self-nurturing, having a salt bath, putting some rose petals in the bath, dancing, going for a walk in nature, whatever it is. I'm seeing some of you guys riding a bike. Like, whatever it is that makes you feel connected to your inner child and makes you feel connected to your happiness and your heart, Spirit wants you to be doing it right now, and there's no rush. Everything is going to come to you in due time, you know? And Spirit are really around you strong. You have very strong spirit guides, strong ancestors. Like, I'm literally seeing them, I'm seeing like some people in water. I don't know why water has anything to do with it. This may resonate for one or two of you, but I'm seeing like you stood in the middle. They could be showing me a scene from a past life or something, but they're showing you stood in the middle, and they're showing me this big circle of like ancestors and spirit guides and ascended masters like around you, creating this circle of healing and comfort for you as you go through this. And there's a particular grandmother coming through very strongly that is watching over you, and she wants you to, I don't know whether you're remothering yourself, like reparenting yourself, or just giving yourself the nurturing that maybe you feel like you've never had. But there's a big emphasis on that right now. That's what Spirit are calling you to do. But don't feel like you're behind at all, because right now Spirit's calling you, like, right now is about you and your happiness and enjoying yourself. Chill out. There's this big energy of chill out right now. You know what I mean? And find what lights you up. What brings you back to your inner child. But I feel like Spirit are really protecting you right now as you release these heart matters, and they're telling me like they're giving you a hug, like they're saying it again, like hug. I don't know whether you're you're a cuddly person or not, because they're kind of like laughing in a way like you're not a very cuddly person. You don't like hugs very much, like some of you. This is just some of you. Or maybe there's like a family member that you weren't very, like, you didn't hug them very much, but they're kind of making a joke about it, and they're like making me feel like I want to hug you, you know what I mean? And they're laughing, saying that you wouldn't like that much. I don't know who that was for, but that just came through. But this is so positive, guys. Like, the amount of abundance that's coming in, and they're saying you can see it. You can see it. You may not believe it right now, but you can see it. There's a lot of shifts coming in for you, a lot of blessings. So please hold on to that and give your body the rest that it needs. So that is the message from your spirit guides today, Pal One. I really hope that you enjoyed this. I hope I was able to give you some clarity. I'm sending you guys lots and lots of love. I hope you have a beautiful morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you are watching this, and hopefully I'll see you guys in my next video. So thank you guys for watching. Pal number 2, welcome to your reading. So we are currently taking a look at what messages your spirit guides have for you today. So I'm going to be starting with these 3 oracle cards, and then we'll be pulling on tarot to see what messages your spirit has for you today. So you guys have the Bear Spirit from the Animal Spirit Guide deck, and we also have the Bully card and the Mentor. So what I want to say with you guys, this is the message that's coming through already before I start shuffling tarot. You guys are either, you've been going through a spiritual awakening, or there's been some sort of transformation. With Pile 1, it was like, right, we're going through this transformation. But for you guys, you've been on a very, you've either been going on a transformation for some time, in the sense that you've been very much isolating yourself, but there's also this energy of, there's this energy coming through of somebody's spirit guide saying, why'd you keep yourself small? That's the energy coming through here. I feel like you guys are kind of critical of yourself sometimes. I feel like you have a world of creativity within you. Like, you have so much creativity. I feel like you're such innovators. I feel like you have so much to say that needs to get out there, but there's this feeling of not being good enough within. Like, there's this feeling, I don't know whether you guys, because we have the Bully card here, and this is coming through in the sense that I feel like sometimes you bully yourself without realizing it. There's an energy of you giving your power away sometimes, in the sense of like, say now somebody was to say something about your work or your art or something, it's like that may trigger you. And I don't feel like you would think that that's giving your power away, but giving somebody the means to trigger you or lift you from your energy or tell you that you're not good enough or what you're doing is not good enough, that in itself is giving your power away, because you're giving them a kind of key to your emotions. And I feel like you do worry sometimes, pile number 2, of what people have to say. And I feel like in the past, that's given you this energy of maybe wearing a mask, keeping yourself small, because you guys are extremely eccentric, I'm hearing, and you see things from a very high point of view. Now, this could be in regards to spirituality. Maybe everybody around you isn't that connected with spirit, and you are. Maybe everybody around you is very sheep-like, in the sense that everyone follows trends. You guys like things that aren't very trendy. You like to get yourself out there. Situations like that. Or maybe you guys just have a lot to say, but you fear, talking, being the loudest in the class, or being the one to really say, what you're thinking out loud, because you fear being judged, or you fear what people will say. And Spirit's saying it's time now to let that side of you go. It's time to stop feeling negative about yourself, or feeling low, or feeling like you're not good enough. This is stemming from childhood in some sort of way. This is energy of not feeling seen, or not wanting to rock the boat. Maybe with a parent or somebody like that. Maybe you had parents that were very hard on you, or maybe you had a parent that may have been a little bit narcissistic, and you kind of had to learn to people please and wear that mask to keep everything stable. You know what I mean? It could be coming from that. But either way, there's this, and I'm not calling you out, by the way, at all, but there is this energy somewhat of like pessimism coming through, that you may talk down to yourself sometimes, even if you don't realize it. I feel like some of you guys don't realize it, but you'll talk down to yourself, or you'll just keep yourself small. You'll be around people and you'll almost, act small, make jokes that you don't even find funny, or laugh at jokes that aren't even funny, or just do things to please people, or maybe even mock yourself to other people. Don't say what's on your mind to people. And I feel like sometimes that holds you back, and Spirit's saying to let go of that now. And I feel like the hibernation energy of this bear card, it's like, come out the cave now, take that mask off. And I'm not saying you walk around with a mask, but I feel like you do worry about rocking the boat. And Spirit's saying you have so much wisdom within you. You see such beauty in nature, such beauty in animals, such beauty in just creativity. I feel like you have a lot of 5th house placements, a lot of Aquarius within your chart. But it's like, sometimes there's an energy of not feeling good enough, or having imposter syndrome, or seeing people that are in your field that may look to have more than you, and you doubt yourself. But what you have is so original to you, and it needs to be heard. And Spirit's saying to stop talking down to yourself. Come out of the cave, realize how powerful you are, realize your potential, and step out. Because I feel like a lot of people, even without realizing it now, like I feel like a lot of people look up to you. I feel like a lot of people like certain things that you wear. I feel like you're very aesthetically pleasing. I feel like even your words, like some of you guys just have a lot to say. You have a lot of 3rd house placements. You guys have very just the way you speak, the way you move, the way you say things, you inspire people without even realizing it. And I feel like sometimes people might have tried to make you small. Ex-friends, ex-partners try to make you small because you shone, and they felt like they were being dimmed, you know what I mean? So they try to make you small, try to make you dim your light so that they could shine. But it's like, even when you were dimming your light, you still shine, because this is an energy that's coming through. Even though you try to dim your light, even though you try to fit in sometimes, you still shine through. There's this energy of still shining through. Some of you guys are overcoming some shyness right now, to be honest with you. But I see you guys with a mentor card here, passing on wisdom and refining a student's character. I see you guys really stepping into yourself and really releasing these attributes that make you feel low, and make you feel not worthy. I see you releasing them, coming out of this hibernation, like coming into your true potential, which I see is happening. Because your true potential is there, it's just you kind of have a cloak on. They're showing me Harry Potter when he has Harry Potter's making his way into my readings a lot lately. They're showing me Harry Potter with the invisible cloak on. Like there's this energy, you have so much light, you have so much potential, but it's like you're you're hiding it in a way, or you're not showing it to the best of your ability. And Spirit's saying, F what other people say, because at the end of the day, if people aren't going to like that, if people are going to try and pick it apart, it's only because they are jealous that they do not attain that. You know what I mean? They're jealous that they don't attain that. And that's what I'm seeing with you guys, with the mentor card here. It's like, you have so much wisdom, you're going to be such a light for others, and you already are such a light for others, but Spirit wants you to see that, and Spirit wants you to stop being so critical, because I feel like you guys are very critical of yourself. What you have in your hands right now, whatever it is that you guys are working on, or thinking of, or have a dream of, or a talent on, it's needed, and it needs to get out there. And Spirit are like, there's something they really want you to put those boots on and step out there. I don't know what it is that you're working on or have in mind, but there's something. The Spirit works with you with your creativity. You get your creativity from the higher realms, is what I'm being told. You're very connected to your soul in that sense, but it's just like, it's funny because you're not disconnected from your soul. Sometimes we can have a lot of karmic wounds that we have to release, so we can kind of get further to our soul. It's funny with you guys, it's a funny energy. You're connected to your soul, you're connected to your creativity, and you're actually connected to your potential, but you either do not see it within you, or you're scared to actually apply that, because all of your life I feel like you've been conforming or trying to fit in, or maybe you guys have been following trends, or maybe you felt like a lone wolf and you haven't wanted to put yourself out there because people didn't like what you did. But there's this energy of stop beating yourself up. Don't listen to what other people are saying. King of Wands here. You're a visionary, pile 2. You're a visionary. Some of you guys may be a fire sign, Sagittarius, Leo, Aries. I'm only saying that because the fire is really sticking out to me today. So you guys may be a fire sign, but you're a visionary. You are a visionary. That's what I'm hearing. 6 of Cups. Yeah. Somebody's, I feel like some of your wounds or some of your worries, they come from childhood, to be honest with you. But I'm also hearing you're drawing in a soulmate. I'm hearing that. But it's like the Hierophant card here as well. Spirit's really working with you. Spirit really do work with you. Maybe you guys are lone wolves and you don't like to be around people much, and Spirit's maybe calling you to get out the cave because of that. Because I see some sort of soulmate coming in for some of you. Take it as it resonates, guys, but there's a soulmate coming in for some of you guys. But Spirit's calling you to embrace who you are, because the more we embrace who we are, the more like-minded individuals come in. Whereas if you're still worrying about how you're putting yourself out there, or worrying of even getting out there, it kind of creates that barrier and it pushes connections like that out. You know what I mean? Because you're putting that energy out that you're not entirely comfortable with yourself, and Spirit's calling you to get comfortable with yourself, because there's a soulmate coming in, or a soulmate that wants to come in for you. There's 2 scenarios here. Either you guys still kind of wear some sort of mask, or still try and people please, or are too scared to kind of be your true self around people, and scared, like being scared of what they're trying to say, or what they're going to say towards you. But others of you, there's this energy of, I like to be on my own because I don't like, I don't like other people's egos. I don't like other people's, I don't like the judginess of other people. I haven't got time for it. And Spirit wants you to be unapologetic. They're showing me that Rihanna album, Unapologetic. They're saying they want you to be unapologetic. Because you have a very ballsy side to you. You just don't let it out. And there's an energy as well. I don't know whether you guys may not have had a lot of friends in school or something like that. With the bully card here, maybe some people were quite mean to you in school or something like that. But there's this energy of constantly feeling like you have to be on the defense. There is this energy coming through, constantly feeling like they're not going to like me. They're not going to get me, they're not going to understand. They're not going to care. They're just going to put me down and I can't be bothered for it. There is that energy coming through, and Spirit's like, keep putting yourself out there as you, because you're going to attract the right people. But the more you have this mentality of people aren't going to get it, people aren't going to like me, or naturally being on the defense, maybe you don't even realize that you're doing it, maybe it's subconscious, you naturally think that people might not careful what you have to say, that is sending out an energy of kind of like back off. And there's a soulmate that's going to be coming in for you, but Spirit's calling you to be open. Be open. Come out of this hibernation and be open. With the Knight of Swords here, some of you guys, it may be your spirituality or your psychic abilities that you're worried about people saying something about. That's for some of you guys. We have the Five of Wands here as well. Yeah, I feel like sometimes you guys can fall into pessimism because you're so deep. Like, I feel like you guys have strong Scorpio placements or 8th house placements, or you just have like an erratic mind and you overthink a lot, and it can cause pessimism because for some of you guys, you're on your own a lot. And I feel like that in itself, being on your own, even though you're a very light individual, I feel like I do it as well because I'm like a lone wolf myself. Like, you can become pessimistic because you overthink into oblivion. You know what I mean? And I feel like Spirit are calling you to kind of break that with mindfulness and affirmation is what I'm actually being told. With the Four of Swords here, Spirit's calling you to calm your mind, ground your mind, because there's worries that people won't. It's more of a mental thing. I don't feel like it's too much emotion then in regards to anything that you have to do like deep shadow work on. It's more like a mental thing. It's like, I'm used to people not getting me. I'm used to people being bitchy. I'm used to people being mean. I'm just going to keep myself to myself. Everyone can just stay away. I can't be bothered. And Spirit's telling you to release that. Let go of it. Put it to bed. Death. Put it to bed, because that's going to shift your energy. I feel like some of you guys have been lone wolves for some time. Or some of you have friends, but you just don't feel so connected to them in the sense that it's very surface level. And it's surface level because you don't put forward your true emotions, like what you're truly interested in, or the sides to you hold back. There's a side to you where you hold people at bay because you don't want to be vulnerable, and that's coming to an end because there's a soulmate coming in. We have strength here. Yeah, Spirit wants you to step into your full power, your strength. You know what I mean? That's what Spirit wants you to do right now. That's what's happening. So Spirit are calling you to let go of this. I do feel like for some of you guys, it's your spirituality that you're worried about people saying things about. For some of you, we have the Seven of Wands at the back of the deck as well. I feel like you're naturally on the defense a lot. But Spirit's kind of showing me, like, Rihanna naturally is unapologetic. Like, Rihanna just does Rihanna and she doesn't care what people say. Spirit wants you to embody that, because even though you are like lone wolves and you are like, I don't really need anybody, there is still this energy of giving your power away, in the sense of you may beat up yourself. Maybe you have psychic gifts and you don't believe in yourself too much, or you don't believe in, it's not necessarily not believing in it, it's like you doubt yourself. That's what it is. And I feel like you give your power away, in the sense of somebody could say that isn't right, or I don't like that, and you might get triggered by it, or you may take those words very seriously. There's a sensitive side to you that I just feel Spirit are calling you to really practice mindfulness and grounding, because Spirit's saying the only person that can define you is you. And the only, if you're, Spirit wants you to work on your confidence. Remember who you are. And it's not even anything that's going to be too tricky, even though it sounds like it. It's just affirmations. Like, they're really heavily saying affirmations. And they're saying mindfulness every morning. Because with that mindfulness, when somebody says something to us, that's their ego talking. And if it's something that we don't like, we don't have to take it on as our own. We can let it fly past our head. I feel like some of you guys are worried, or you're waiting for somebody to say something to you sometimes. Maybe you had a family that was very critical, and it's kind of taught you to be very critical of yourself. But we have Peacemaker, let go of the need to be right. So I feel like even me saying this to you, there may be like a part of you that's like, I feel like there's this energy, and I know this energy all too well, because this reading might even be my reading as well. There's this energy of, when somebody says something about us and it's not true, when we're at peace with ourselves, we don't need to argue back at it, because it's like, you say whatever you want about me, I really don't care. But when it's triggering something within us, We worry about who's thinking this, and what. We have this desire, this need to fight back, this desire, this need to be right, this desire, this need to have this slang and match. And this is something that I learned not long ago. When I was faced with situations where people would say something to me like, that's their ego talking, they're seeing the world completely different to me, and I don't need to take that personal. I'm just gonna let that go. But there's this need in you to kind of maybe control how people see you, or control something, and Spirit's saying to let go of the need to control how you come across, control how people see you, let go of the need to be ready for battle all the time. You know what I mean? Like, you don't need to, you know what I mean? There's some sort of sensitivity here, but it's more like mindfulness. Like, when you're naturally connected with Spirit, or you're naturally very grounded, I feel like you don't really care. But I feel like you guys have a lot of air in your chat. You naturally become very ungrounded very quickly, and I feel like when somebody says something to you, it can kind of like throw you off track. And there's this energy of anchoring yourself in the moment and not needing to reply, or, you know, argue back with people that are just trying to get a rise out of you. There's a lot of power of staying silent, especially when people don't even know you from nothing, you know what I mean, and they're just saying things about you. There is this energy, of always being ready to say something, and Spirit saying let go, because you're showing the universe you're ready for like combat. And you know what I mean, it's becoming a manifestation. Spirit wants you to let go and just put yourself out there, take care of your needs. Yeah, I feel like some of you guys, Spirit wants you to be the wolf share as well. This reminded me of the lone wolf. I'm hearing wolves, no, not wolves, it's lions, isn't it? Lions don't lose sleep. Lions don't lose sleep over the opinions of sheep. That's what I'm hearing. So I don't know whether you guys say that, or whether that is just something that Spirit is saying to you guys. But I don't know whether someone said something to you recently, or something's been triggering you, or you're just still in this, you know, zone of I need to be on my own, or I need to stay away from people because people are going to say things to me. I'm scared of what people will say. And Spirit are like, just focus on you. Like, that's the message coming through strongly. Focus on you. Have fun, celebrate, don't be so serious. I feel like you naturally are very serious people, pile number 2. Like, I really do. I feel like you take your work very seriously. I feel like you take your creativity very seriously. You're very to the point, very serious. And Spirit's calling you to kind of let go and maybe be silly, and, you know, once in a while, and have fun and enjoy yourself, and, you know, let your guard down, let yourself shine through. If people don't like it, that's nothing to do with you. We can't control how other people see us. But there's this energy of like loosening up, coming out of that cave of being so serious, and being open to new love interests or new friendships, because there's a soulmate. This could either be a friendship soulmate or a love romantic soulmate. And Spirits, there's almost this energy of like people trying to flirt with you as well, and you just do not want to know. Like, there's this energy of people being in your DMs and you're curving them as if you're already in a relationship when you're not. Like, that's the way they're making me feel. And Spirit's saying, like, lighten up, like, open up a little bit. Like, we don't have to be on the defense. Otherwise, we're just going to be in a war with ourselves all of our life. You know what I mean? You have a lot of... I'm hearing you guys have such a bright personality, like such a like you guys, I'm hearing you guys have really dry humor. Like, you have a lot to give somebody, and you're extremely loyal. I think that's why you're very careful who you bring around you. You're very loyal. Strong Scorpio is coming through in this reading, but like, because of that and that intensity, it makes you serious a lot. And Spirit are calling you to maybe let your guard down and have fun and be a lot more brighter, because that's what's going to attract in a lot of, you know, a lot of like-minded people, is what I'm being told. Like-minded people. And we have break the chain, ancestral patterns, healing, rewriting the future. You've been healing a lot though. I was gonna say pile number 8 then. Why am I hearing 8? Some of you guys may be born in August, or have a life path 8, soul age 8, or have a lot of 8th house placements maybe. You've been doing a lot of healing. That's why you've been on your own, because this looks like a cave here. I feel like you've been in a hermit mode. Again, the bear card, hibernation. You've been in bear mode. You've been in winter as well. Yeah, you've been healing. That's why you're taking everything so seriously, because you've been hurt in the past pile 2, this message is coming through. You've been hurt in the past and now you're on defense with people. This person's gonna hurt me, this person's gonna do me dirty, I need to be in discernment. And Spirit's like, well, you've learned the discernment now, so now open yourself back up and your heart back up, because now you know the red flags. That's the whole point of these lessons. They're not meant to rule our life. Once we've learned them, we move on. They don't rule us anymore. So you've learned discernment now from people that have hurt you, from people that have, you know, put you down or whatever. You've learned that. This is a message coming through for a few of you. So take this as it resonates, because this is a general reading, but they're saying you've learned that. You've learned discernment now. Now you're on a new phase. That's why you're coming out of this hibernation. Now you're in a new phase, and now it's time to open up and be fun and have fun again. And you don't have to worry about these people hurting you, because now you have discernment. Now you have clear boundaries, and now you have self-love. Because let me tell you, there's a lot of self-worth. You may doubt yourself a lot, but there's self-worth here for sure. And I feel like some of you guys might not have liked me saying that you guys doubt yourself, because you have so much self-worth. It's like, don't tell me about me. Like there is this feeling coming through, but there is still this energy of not wanting people to talk bad on you, or not wanting people to talk negatively on you. Some of you guys may be over it by now. It may just be a past energy I'm picking up, and some of you guys may still be working on it. But Spirit's like, just be you unapologetically, you know, be you. Break the chain. You've been releasing a lot. We have Warrior Woman at the back of the deck. That image right there just reminds me of you guys. Like, I just feel like you've been through a lot, and you still got, see these? You've been through a lot. And with the Peacekeeper here as well, like, I just feel like you've been through so much. It's like you naturally have this energy of, oh god, you naturally have this energy of, I've got to be ready. I've got to be ready for combat. I've got to be ready, you know, on the defense, you know. And it's like the war is kind of over, pile number 2. It's time to spread your wings now. And with the black tourmaline, that releases any negative energy within us. And Spirit's calling you to let go of any pessimistic thoughts that you have, because you have a lot of light to put out. And Spirit's saying, start putting that out. It doesn't matter who says what, because it's needed. You're here to light people up, you know? That's what I'm hearing. The Strength card here as well. You're here to step forward as your true self and not care what anyone thinks, because it literally is nobody's business. You're a king and a queen, I'm being told. So that's all I have for you, pile number 2. I really hope that helped, and I hope that was able to bring you clarity. I hope you guys have a beautiful morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you've watched this. Hit the thumbs up if this did resonate. Comment down below. Or subscribe if you haven't already. I hope you guys have a beautiful day. And hopefully I'll see you guys in my next video. So thank you guys for watching. Hey pile number 3, welcome to your reading. So we are currently taking a look at what messages your spirit guides have for you today. So I pulled 3 oracle cards for you guys. We have the priest, the fish, and the addict. So I'm going to be pulling on messages from these cards, and then we're going to move into tarot and see what further messages spirit have for you guys today. I hope that's like in alignment. My camera's on like a little bit of a squiff, so I don't know whether it is. But anyway, we're not here for that. We're here to give you messages. So the first thing that came through really strongly, pile number 3, when I was shuffling your cards, is one of your spirit guides came through and said, this is just, you know, this is a general reading, take it as it resonates, but one of your spirit guides came through and said that they've been sending signals or messages to you, but you haven't been picking them up, or you haven't realized that these messages are coming through to you, or they have come through, but maybe you're ignoring them, or you don't, you're just kind of bypassing it as a thought. It doesn't shock me, guys, that you picked the red jasper, because the red jasper is about grounding. The red jasper is about grounding, and it's about kind of clearing the mind and stepping into that energy of mindfulness. And the energy that I'm picking up from you guys, especially with the fish card here, your mind's almost a little bit the only way I can explain it, your mind's a little bit lost in the sauce right now is how it feels. Like, I just feel like there's a lot going on in your mind. I don't know whether you've been releasing or there's a lot of emotions in your mind, or you're just very, I'm picking up somebody with like a really, I don't know whether you have a lot of work to do or you just feel like everything's on top of you. There's this energy of feeling like you haven't got everything physically together in a way. Like there's just this energy of too much on your plate, it feels. And it's not even just too much on your plate in regards to, oh, I've got to go work and I got to do this and I got to do that. There's just this energy of too much on your plate mentally. There's a lot of, I don't know whether you guys are on social media a lot, looking at social media a lot, scrolling through like Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, but it's like your mind's going very rapid, and Spirit's really calling you to sit still right now, to ground yourself right now, to connect to them right now, because there's messages that they want to send you, but it's like they're not coming through that strongly, because it's like it's hard for you to really be open to receiving them and pay attention to them, because they're not, you've got so much going on in your mind, there's so much going on mentally, and Spirit's really calling you to simplify your mind right now and simplify your life in any way that you can right now. Maybe take a day off social media, maybe take a day off your phone if you can, maybe just start your day with grounding meditations and mindfulness meditations, maybe go out in nature. There's just this energy that there's a lot going on. And with addict here as well, helps you recognize and confront addictive behavior. There's just this energy, like there's a pattern that Spirit are calling you to release. Now, for some of you guys, I'm hearing this may be like you emotionally eat, maybe you're overeating. Remember, this is a general reading, take what resonates. Again, it could be that overindulgence in social media. I'm also hearing money habits as well, or just like I can never say the word properly, procrastinating. I can never say that word properly, so I'm sorry if I'm saying it wrong. I can never say it properly, I don't know why. But I just feel like there's something about maybe you are daydreaming a lot and not spending a lot of time in the physical world. There is this energy, and Spirit's calling you to center yourself. There's a big energy of centering yourself, because Spirit are really trying to communicate, but I just feel like these messages aren't coming through as strongly as they could be, and they're saying like you're getting them, but it's not, I don't know whether you just got so much in your mind. Like they could be telling you, hey, like meditate, and you're like, I will after I've done this, and then you just never get around to it. Or they'll send you that thought, like, meditate, and it'll be in your mind, oh yeah, I haven't meditated in a while, and then you'll be like, okay, I will once I've watched this, and then you watch something else, and then do you know what I mean? Like there's that type of energy, and Spirit's calling you to really simplify your life right now. We have the Two of Swords in reverse. Let me pop these up here so you can see the tarot properly. We have the Two of Swords, oh god, sorry guys, we have the Two of Swords in reversed. With that being said, there's something that I feel like you are worrying right now. I don't know whether it's money issues, I don't know whether it's a relationship, I don't know whether there's like family issues, or there's something in your life that very easy you could have a grip on, but you're worrying about it, and Spirit's calling you to like let go, because there's this energy of like if you simplified your surroundings, you would feel like these worries would leave. Like that's how they make me feel. Like, let me try and hone in on that. Like I'm trying to put it in a way where you might understand. I don't want to make anyone confused. Like there's something that you're worried about, or something that you're confused about, or you're worrying about reaching a specific goal or something like that. But in the meantime, where your energy could be put towards something that could help you feel a lot more grounded in this situation, I feel like your energy is going on things that it doesn't need to. Maybe you're thinking obsessively over the past, maybe you're watching too much TV, something like that. And Spirit's saying if you simplify your mind, ground yourself, you'll be able to see a situation clearly. I don't know whether there's somebody in your life right now and you don't know, in a romantic situation where you might not know whether they're being genuine or they're not really, they may bring you out of your energy a bit. You may be kind of worrying about this, or excessively thinking about a relationship or something like that, or a situationship in your life, and Spirit's calling you to like take your energy off that and put that into you, because I feel like that's what will give you clarity in this situation. So if you're worried about somebody, this has come through here, Spirit's saying take the energy off them and put it onto you, because I am hearing pile number 3. Spirit is saying, like, sometimes when it comes to relationships or people that you're talking to, you give a lot of your energy to you know, like romantic interests, if that makes sense. Like, there's this energy of you giving a lot of energy to them, and Spirit's saying if you put some on you for a minute and really ground your energy, you'll be able to see the situation clearly, and you'll be able to see how you can move forward with the situation. But until then, there's just the way that I'm seeing some, like, your brains, like, you know them squiggly balls that they create, like when somebody's mind is just like, whoa, that's what I'm picking up. I don't know whether you have a lot of third house placements, or just like a lot of air in your chart, but there's just this energy. Like, I'm hearing Ariana Grande's song Get Well Soon, because I just shared what's wrong with you, come back down. You know, when she has that anxiety, some of you guys maybe have anxiety if that song's come through, but she sings about having anxiety and how her mind's all over the place and she needs to come back down. And then you've literally picked the red jasper. You know, that's not a coincidence here. It's all the answers that you're seeking, all the answers to your worries and your problems are actually within you, and they can actually be simplified. And that's why Spirit's calling you to ground yourself, because the Ace of Swords can talk about clarity, and I feel like it's talking here about mental clarity. Whatever your worries are, I feel like you overthink a lot, is what I'm being told. You overthink a lot, and I just feel like a lot of your worries could be solved if you grounded yourself and you saw it from a more grounded perspective. We have the 8 of Coins, and I'm really drawn to the light bulb. I am really drawn to the light bulb here. Yeah, there's this energy that if you ground and you connect with Spirit and you connect to your inner self, you'll see things from a different perspective. You know what I mean? But I feel like for you, it's so hard to stay grounded, because I don't know whether you have a lot of air or whether you have like a weak root chakra. I personally have a really like weak root chakra because of like my childhood and things like that. Sometimes when we go through a lot of trauma in childhood, it can give us a very imbalanced and sometimes blocked root chakra or lower chakras. And for me personally, I know how hard it is for me to stay grounded. I've got to exercise the minute I wake up. I got to ground myself. I got singing bowls. I got so many things to keep me grounded. And I feel like you really have to work on keeping yourself grounded. Pile number 3, very much like myself. I feel like physical exercise or just being around, you know, earthy energies and things like that will really help you. But that will help you find clarity, getting rid of all the chaos, turning the phone off, stop worrying about social media, work, etc. Like, getting rid of what doesn't need to be there and coming back to source is literally the answer to what you may be going through right now. And we have the 9 of Wands. This is coming from a worry. This is, your mind's going here, there and everywhere. You may be a Virgo Mercury or a Virgo Moon as well. That's just kind of come through. But your mind, it's like you're such a perfectionist. Like, I feel like you guys are extreme perfectionists, and I feel like you want to keep a lot of people happy, and you want to keep a lot of people, you know, you want to keep your work going good. You want to work really hard. You want to be perfectionist there. Social media, there's this energy of perfectionist. Maybe you guys are feeling a bit insecure and wanting to, you know, be like, you know, other people on social media or something like that. Again, this is a general reading, take what resonates. Or some of you guys, you know, it's like, I can't take a day off at the gym because like I gotta work out and get this perfect body. But then it's like your mind's like here, there and everywhere. It's not peaceful, it's stressful. Like, there's just a lot of erraticness that Spirit are calling you to ground yourself with. This really hasn't shocked me you picked the red jasper. I feel like some of you guys are actually worrying about a relationship as well. Like, if this is the relationship you're worrying about with the 3 of Cups, I feel like some of you guys, this is a message for just some of you, you're worrying that your person may be speaking to somebody else. This is a nervousness thing. I feel like this has come from childhood, that you have this. You may have suffered with anxiety a lot. This is coming from that fight or flight energy that I feel like you've got from childhood. I don't know whether there was something traumatic that happened in childhood, or there was a lot of shifts that happened in childhood, but there is just this energy of I've got to keep on the ball, and I've got to, you know what's going here, there and everywhere, and I've got to stay on point, because otherwise this can, you know, this can fall apart, or this can go. There's just so much, you know, I've got to keep focusing on this person and giving my energy to this person, or I could lose them to somebody else. So I got to keep working really hard in my job, otherwise I might, you know, get told off, or I may you know, not have my job. Like, there's just such worry here, pile 3, and Spirit's like, ground yourself, like, come back to source. Spirit wants you to step into the energy of the Empress. The Empress is the divine feminine. She lays back and she sits in the fruit of her labor, because she knows that when she lays back, she can be open and welcome into the abundance that is ready to come in, and there is no worry and stress. And that is what Spirit's calling you to embody right now, the Empress, because you give so much, pile 3. You give so much to your friends, you give so much to your family, you give so much to your relationships. But the thing is I feel like some of you, there is not a very good equal give and take with certain people in your in your inner circle, and that's what Spirit wants you to ground yourself with. Don't overgive to people if they're not giving enough back. And if that's applying to this romantic situation, then apply it there. Are people giving you what you're giving back? Are people giving the energy that you're giving in back? Are you overcompensating for somebody else's lack? That is an energy that's coming through here, and maybe that's why you're feeling a little bit all over the place, because it's like you're waiting for somebody to give something back. You're waiting for somebody to give, you know, you're giving your power away, and you're waiting for them to kind of give theirs back, and they might not be. So now you're wondering what they're doing, what they're up to. Again, this is a general reading, take what resonates. Maybe you're giving a lot of your energy to your work, but is that work giving that same energy back to you? Are you getting paid the same amount? Are you, you know what I mean, are you getting that raise? Like, there's just this energy of looking around you and seeing where you're over giving. I feel like my pile number 3s may have a lot of placements in the 6th house. I feel like there's just a lot of like I've got to work. I've got to be like on the ball, and your mind's everywhere, and Spirit's saying you've got to give that energy to yourself. You have to, and maybe put in some boundaries, because we have the 5 of coins here, which is basically the 5 of pentacles. So with that being said, pile number 3, I feel like sometimes there's this energy of loss, or this energy of trying to fill up a void, because you give a lot to certain people, but they may not reciprocate that energy back, which puts you in this energy of loss. And then you may come hard on yourself. What did I do wrong? What's wrong with me? And Spirit are like, there's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you at all, but you need to put that energy within yourself. Let me give you an example. I used to be very like this. I used to give, I worked in a job that was just not really the best money, but I gave so much of myself. I worked a lot, and it literally took over my whole mindset, you know what I mean? And I was the same in relationships. I would give, and I would never have anything back left for me. And there was a moment, it was in 2019, where I was like, I need to start giving to me. I need to start putting the energy that I give out to everybody else within me, because I had friends taking advantage of me, everything. So I started to put in boundaries with people, and I gave myself a bedtime. I started to work out and ground myself, give myself that discipline, because discipline is, you know, self-love. And I started to put boundaries in with friends. No, you're not having a lot from me, because you don't really give me much back, and this isn't reciprocated, so I'm going to put these boundaries in. I did that, you guys, and within 6 months, and I'm literally not joking, 6 months, within 6 months, my job that I was working in, I was able to leave that job and start working for myself, because I put so much energy into myself for my own work. I'd lost a lot of weight because I was putting all that work into me. And yes, okay, certain friends did drop away, but all the people that were really reciprocated with me, you know, was still sitting with me at that time and still around me. You know what I mean? And everything shifted because I took care of me, and I started to love myself and ground myself and make sure that I was taking responsibility for myself. And that's where Spirit are calling you to ground and think of all that energy you're giving out here, there, and everywhere. Imagine putting that into yourself, because that's what Spirit are calling you to do. A lot of you guys may be empaths. A lot of you guys may be empaths, but there's so much giving, but there's not a lot of receiving, pile 3. And Spirit are calling you to put your hands up in the air and begin to receive, because you will give, but it almost feels uncomfortable to receive. That's how it's making me feel. It feels uncomfortable to receive. You may not have, you know, you may have had to self-sacrifice as a child. You may have had to give a lot of people please to, you know, feel secure in life, and Spirit's calling you to let that go. Be open to receiving the abundance. You know what I mean? Know that you are worthy of receiving abundance, and you're deserving of reciprocated energy, because you are. You know what I mean? But to get to that level, we must ground ourselves. We must ground ourselves. And that's what Spirit are calling. We also have 7 of coins at the back of the deck as well. Now, I'm just really picking up this energy that Spirit wants you to, it's kind of like time out, but it's like take time out with whatever it is that you know to be unhealthy. There's something that you would know to be unhealthy. Now, it doesn't have to be all of what I said. It doesn't have to be work, relationship, and, you know, family and friends. It could be, you know, maybe you have a friend that you're just giving a lot of your energy into and they're just pulling you down, draining you. Maybe you just, you know, you're on social media so much and comparing when you should be putting that energy into you and grounding, you know what I mean? And putting that energy there. Maybe you are giving it to this, you know, this sort of relationship, and Spirit's calling you to bring your energy back. But there's this energy of boundaries, but not just boundaries with other people. Pile 3, boundaries within yourself. It all starts with you. That's what I'm hearing. And we have Heart Guardian here. Love and let yourself be loved. There's almost a lack of self-love in a way here, pile number 3. Do you notice how there's red here? Grounding, the root chakra. Spirit are really focusing there. But it's also with the Heart Guardian card here, it's like you give, but you overcompensate sometimes because there's no receiving. And Spirit are like, yeah, that's why you've got to give that love to you. You've got to give that love to you. And sometimes this is just a message for 1 or 2 of you. One of your spirit guides has said this, so if this doesn't resonate with you, just leave this message, go by. Are you overcompensating your love to other people in hope that they'll give it back to you? Because if that's the case, you may be subconsciously doing it, but if that's the case, the universe doesn't work that way and love doesn't work that way. We must love ourselves first, and whatever is filling over our cup, when we fill up our own cup, whatever is coming over that cup, those little dregs that we have left there for other people, we don't just pour into somebody's cup and expectance that they will give it to us back. It doesn't work that way. We have to fill up our own cup and be reliant. And this has not shocked me at all. Look at the card, the Hermit. Retreat and recharge. That's the Spirit's calling you to do. Realign, come back to self, come back to source, and ground yourself. And the Hermit in the Rider-Waite always correlates to Virgo energy again. So strong Virgo, 6th house energy coming through here. Pile number 3, retreat and recharge. Yeah, that hasn't shocked me at all. Spirit wants you to just take time out. Take time out for whatever is draining your energy. There is something draining your energy. Spirit saying take time out. Pile number 3. What message do the spirit guides have? We have break the chain, ancestral patterns, healing, rewriting the future. Yeah, you this may be a pattern that you're breaking that your family may have done. You may have had a parent that overcompensated in relationships but didn't get much back. You've kind of held on to that, or maybe, you know, you had like a narcissistic empath relationship with a parent, or you had to self-sacrifice in regards to a parent, and now you've learned these traits. But it's a line that's kind of gone down your family that you are breaking. You are here to break. And I feel like this you putting in boundaries and choosing yourself is what's shifting timelines and bringing you onto a new path. Oh my god, guys, what? Like, what? But like, I still get like shocked when the cards correlate, like literally. But you literally have the boundaries card. I can't make this up. Where do you need to establish better boundaries? Literally, you putting in these boundaries and choosing yourself and standing firm in yourself. Let me tell you, you are going to go on a big shift within your life that puts you in alignment with the right people, the people that don't take, the people that give to you as equally as you give to them. There is a choice, pile 3. You know what I mean? Like, Spirit's like, you have to give to yourself to come into alignment with what you want. Otherwise, you just bend into everybody else's needs. But what about yours? What about yours? Yeah, I mean, it did shock me that the boundaries card came out, but at the same time, it didn't shock me because that's literally what we were talking about. Spirit wants you to put in boundaries, ground yourself and put in boundaries, and not just with other people, but with yourself. With yourself. And we have inner temple at the back of the deck. Devotion, tune into the portal of your heart. Spirit wants you to come back to source. Spirit wants you to come back to source and ground yourself. because the answers that you're seeking are within you. I said this at the beginning of the reading. The answers that you're seeking is within you. There's a lot of abundance that wants to come in, but it's like it's hard to bring that abundance in if you're waiting for, I don't know, like a soulmate, or you're waiting for something to come in. It's hard to bring that in when your energy is scattered or in other people's cups. You haven't then got room for it because you're carrying the weight of other people's problems, other people's energy. And this is something that I had to get real with myself about, pile 3. Back in 2019, I wanted a soulmate back then. I wanted a relationship back then, and I wanted my business to be blooming, and I wanted all of these things. But how on earth was that going to come in when I had an ex that was taken from me? I couldn't give words of wisdom to people because I was drained, because I was giving my energy to somebody else, you know what I mean? And I was scrolling through social media all the time wishing I looked like X, Y, and Z. Well, that wasn't me putting my energy into me, so how could I step to my true potential if I wasn't doing that? And how would I step onto a timeline when a soulmate could come in, when a soulmate is all about being whole and full within myself, and I was putting all of my energy in somebody to try and fix them, or try and make them love me, or tell me that I'm worthy, when the one only person that could tell me that I was worthy was myself. And that's a strong message that's coming here for pile 3. It may not resonate for all of you, that message, but it's coming through for some of you. You deserve so much love, but you have to give it to yourself. You have to put these boundaries in. Boundaries are self-love. Boundaries is self-love, saying that you will not compromise yourself for other people. And I'm not going to lie to you, pile number 3, when you put in boundaries, some people don't like it. But the only people that are going to fall away from you, because I feel like you worry about people falling away from you, the only people that will fall away from you, pile number 3, when you put in a boundary, are the people that will benefiting from you having a lack of boundaries. And they are not the people that you want in your life. And anybody that is removed from your life is because they were not meant to be on your path, and the universe has somebody better that is in more alignment for you. You know what I mean? I'm hearing breadcrumbs. Some of you guys may be accepting breadcrumbs. I don't know whether this is in the workplace. I don't know whether this is in a relationship. I don't know whether this is in could even be like family, like family love, and there's just an energy of breadcrumbs. Do not settle for breadcrumbs, because you are worth somebody just said you are worth the whole pie. I don't eat pie, so I would never say that. So there's somebody spirit guide saying that you're not you don't accept the breadcrumbs, you're worth the whole pie. I don't know who said that. Somebody's spirit guide just came through. It's a male, but a very sassy male, telling me to tell you to ground yourself and put in these boundaries, because there's an energy coming through very strongly. Your spirit guides are saying you deserve more. So I don't know, maybe it's to do with this relationship. I don't know, pile number 3, but Spirit's saying you deserve more out of life, out of your relationships. You deserve more, and you know that you do. And Spirit's saying to look at where you are not receiving what you deserve, and put in these boundaries. We don't receive by giving. We receive by opening our arms up and receiving. That's how we receive. It's effortless, So the answer, when I end this, I was about to pull away, and Spirit said, so to end the reading, they're emphasizing again, the answers are within you. Ground yourself, meditate, and listen. Listen to yourself. Don't doubt yourself. Ground yourself and see where you want to go moving forward, and maybe reevaluate. This could literally just be as simple as, because this is general, this could be as little as I'm spending all my time on social media, I need to stop. It could be as little as that. Or it could go deep in regards to, a relationship or something like that. But Spirit's saying it's time to recenter and come back to base. That's the message for pile 3 right now. And a lot of answers. You'll be seeing a lot of things clearly. A lot of things clearly. So that is all I have for you, pile number 3. I really hope this was able to bring you clarity. I'm sending you guys lots of love. I hope you have a beautiful morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you are watching this. Hit the thumbs up if this did resonate, and comment down below if it did. I hope you guys have a beautiful day, and hopefully I'll see you guys in my next video. So thank you guys for watching.